Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of the Buds podcast. The first round of the NFL draft is concluded. And good news, me and Ben don't have to shave our heads. Tua didn't go first overall, which was a no-brainer. We knew it wasn't going to happen. Bad news, of the 32 picks we did our mocks for, we got 7 correct, which comes out to a low percentage of 22%. Possibly one of the worst mock drafts I've ever seen. Does anybody have a comment on that? Or
I mean, like
I blame the Giants.
I mean, like we said, like pretty much the first 10 we're gonna be. I mean, we got 60% out of the first 10, so those are straightforward-ish, and then the rest just.
Yeah,
oh my God.
the two New York teams kind of messed us up a lot.
I mean, we predicted the fall of Simmons.
Yeah.
That was something we predicted.
I mean, we knew that tackles were going to go to both teams, just didn't know who.
No, we had for the Jets we had
CD.
CeeDee Lamb going.
Oh yeah, true.
And they picked Becton.
I mean, as a Jets fan,
we had Simmons going at 4th though.
No, we had Simmons going 9th.
Oh wait, yeah, we had Simmons going 9th.
We had Simmons going 9th to the Jags.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I think Henderson's a better fit for the Jaguars. That's just me though. Because
I think it was just too early.
I
think it was too early.
I mean, yeah, they could have traded back probably. I mean, even if they traded back,
I feel like they.
Even if
they got the best corner in the draft. Yeah.
Whoa. I mean,
what?
I mean, that's.
You think they got the best? You think Henderson's best corner in the draft?
I mean,
I think so. Who's better?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Okuda?
Actually, never mind. Time out. That was true. That's true. I forgot about Okuda. He was so high up there.
But yeah, we got out of our first couple picks, we got them right. I mean, they were no-brainer picks. And with the Giants at 4, like the tackles were so close together, anybody could have gone. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean,
the tackles in this class, like they were so close together.
Yeah, like
in talent.
I literally looked on Snapchat and I have so many, because I live in New York, so many Giants fans saying that was like the worst offensive line pick ever. Like they should have picked Wills or Wirfs.
He's not that bad though.
No,
I mean, yeah, but
he's
at least
a big boy.
At least you're not Miami taking the other Austin Jackson from USC.
Yeah. I mean,
Austin Jackson, we had him falling out of the first, but I feel like again these tackles were so close together, any of them could have gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he can develop into someone really good. I don't think he's not there yet.
Yeah, definitely not. But so with talking about these tackles going and Austin Jackson coming early, right after that Miami pick, we had our first kind of weird pick of the draft with Damon, the Ohio State cornerback.
Yep.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Damon Arnett. I mean, the only reason I saw him getting taken was the only statistic I saw that stood out was that he only let in, I think he said 1 touchdown his whole 4 years at Ohio State, which is pretty, I guess, kind of good considering the Big Ten's a powerhouse football conference. But, I mean, I don't think he's better than some like Chris Fulton or something like that, someone around there. But
the Raiders definitely had to see something in this guy because he was a second, third round projection player in most mock drafts. So, I mean, he has good intangibles. He has a good track record. He has the height. I mean, he could pan out to be good.
Yeah,
it's like when they picked Farrell at 4 last year.
Yeah.
But Farrell did horrible. He had a horrible rookie season.
Like, I don't know what, like, Mike Mayock, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just sees, like, something in these guys, but it's weird. That's all I'm saying.
I think he just looks at their schools.
he's like, Ohio State? Let's take him. He's good enough.
Cleveland Farrell wasn't even that good last year.
There's no way anyone had Arnett going first round.
Oh, yeah. No. If someone had Arnett going,
like not even Arnett.
I would love to see someone get the whole like first round mock draft right. There's no way.
No.
It's almost It's almost like doing a March Madness bracket.
I mean,
basically, yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah. I would say that, like, yeah, March Madness, because there's so like a higher volume of teams, there's 64. I would say that this is really hard because you don't like GMs are personal preference. They want the players they want, and they don't. There's no really like telltale signs before the draft.
And in actuality, you have like 90 players because I mean, players can fluctuate from the first to third round, but you have like a pool of 90 players you can pick from to pick in this first round, like in all reality. So anybody could go. And yeah. But falling down to the 26th pick, we had another kind of odd pick with Jordan Love.
I mean,
Obviously something's going on with Rodgers.
I mean, I know me and Bradley down here had a little conversation because they're talking about it on the draft, but right now Rodgers is the same pick or same age that Favre was when he kind of when they drafted Rodgers.
Or like a year older. Yeah, he was like he's a year older.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like
but
I mean, it's not like Aaron Rodgers did bad last season. That's why it's like, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't draft someone that like would help him, like Mims or something. Like they drafted someone to take his, not really take his spot, but to learn from him, I guess.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, yeah, I see Aaron Rodgers. If Jordan Love sits behind him for 2 years, I could potentially see him opting out in 2 years. And,
I mean,
going else.
I mean, Jordan Love has the best arm strength in this draft. So if he can learn behind Aaron Rodgers, he'll be the best quarterback in this draft.
But
You
depends
think?
who Green Bay puts
I
around.
mean, yeah.
I
They don't really have anyone other than Adams right now.
See, the thing is, Green Bay didn't put an effort to put anybody around Rodgers. Do you think they're going to do the same for Love? Like, they could have easily drafted a receiver here, but they didn't, or a running back.
Mhm.
Or
I mean, no, not running back. No, because they already have two good running backs.
I mean,
So-
yeah, Mims
Well,
is
I
on the
mean-
board. There's a
Well, I
lot
mean-
of offensive players on the board here. They could have easily taken.
Yeah.
over.
I mean, I think for Love, because he's not a finished product yet, because he just, So
Mhm.
I think that this was like, for him, it's the perfect situation he could be in. Like, to be behind a quarterback who's going to be there for at least 2 more years, I think that's perfect.
In my opinion,
But-
I think that this is my favorite pick of the draft. I think
What?
that Jordan Love, because like I don't think Jordan Love was the best quarterback, but if you look at it, every quarterback, or I wouldn't say every, but a lot of quarterbacks who are taken in the first, second, third rounds, who they sit behind a starter for a year or two, like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson didn't sit for the full year, but he didn't start off right away. I think that just taking a quarterback in the first round that's really good and then keeping him behind your starting quarterback, that should be what every team goes for.
Why'd you just go black?
Because the computer, the computer in the back. Do you want me to turn on this light? Because
Just like conversation.
Oh my god!
I saw the light go out, and I'm like, shit, they can't see me, but I'm still gonna talk because I can't stop this.
But okay.
One second.
As we were saying,
to kind of finish on the whole Love topic,
Damn it.
Aaron Rodgers earlier in the day went on the Pat McAfee show, and he was almost upset because I feel like he knew Green Bay wasn't going to take a skill player, and he was saying like, oh, I would love it if they take a skill player, because they haven't taken a skill player in like the past 15 years in the first round. So they haven't surrounded him with anybody. They've been taking people in the later round, which is obviously upsetting him if he's finally coming out and saying something on a radio podcast show.
yeah. I mean, I'm saying, like,
So
I mean, I'm not saying Jordan Love has like Hall of Fame potential, but I'm saying he could definitely be the best quarterback in this class.
probably, I mean,
I
Or
don't
like,
know about that
or
one.
or like the second best. Because I mean, personally, I don't think Tua is going to be that good at least this season.
personally, I think Herbert is going to come out of this class as one of the better quarterbacks.
Oh, I
He has the
strongly
weapons
disagree
around
with
him.
that. I don't know. I just don't think
He has the weapons around him. He has Allen, Mike Williams, Eckler. He has all the weapons to be great.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you saw what Herbert did in college. He used his legs, and you just can't use your legs as much unless you're like Lamar Jackson. You have insane speed. You know, like Herbert didn't have insane speed. He just
I mean,
faked
he's
it
probably
really good.
he's probably another like Josh Allen type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
see, the league is shifting to kind of like the Josh Allen type quarterbacks, the people that can move around but still have a good arm. And that's what Herbert is. Not as good of an arm as Allen, obviously. He has an amazing arm. But, yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's really no like when I was watching the NFL draft, it's like his concern was leadership, but like they said he doesn't just scream at people when they do something wrong. I don't see how that's a bad thing though, you know?
And you see, he's a great student. So he's going to be able to pick up these plays in this playbook. Amazing. He had a 4.0 GPA in college. Like, I think it might even been better than that. So he's going to be able to pick up this offense amazingly. And I feel like he'll be able to transition good. I feel like it's, for my quarterbacks, it's him, Burrow, Love, and then I'll say Tua just because of the injury.
Burrow just needs a better offensive line.
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I feel like they've low-key been building it up for him, like before he even got there.
Yeah, because they had Jonah Williams last year.
Yeah, he
And-
sat
and
out
he-
the whole
yeah.
year. So, yeah, I feel like personally, I think Herbert will be the best quarterback out of this draft, but that's just me.
Herbert has the best situation.
Yeah.
going into his
Yeah.
pro.
Yeah.
So I know this wasn't a topic that we were gonna discuss on this, but out of the first round, because sometimes there's like rookie of the years who like are in the second or third round.
Yeah.
Who is like who? Like if it was just the first round, who's gonna be the rookie of the year out of like the players in the first round?
Offense and defense?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah, offense and defense.
Nah, this is easy.
I mean,
defense has to be Chase Young.
I mean,
Yeah,
defense.
I'm just saying, it's gotta be Chase Young.
I think it's Chase Young. I think a lot of people don't look at the linebackers as much as like producers as like the D line. I think that if Isaiah Simmons is a good coverage linebacker and all that stuff, I think he'll be looked at. But I think the way that they see it now, like if Chase Young has over like 10 sacks and a lot of disruptions and a lot of pressures,
Yeah,
I think he'll automatically just get it. I think a lot of media people don't really look at like what the linebackers do in like the coverage kind of game.
I mean, I
the
feel like
pass
a cornerback like Henderson might be able to, or Henderson like Okuda might be able to get high in there.
Here's what I have to say on this. I say Chase Young, future Isaiah Simmons, defensive player of the year. But current Chase Young, rookie of the year. Isaiah Simmons, after he develops,
Yeah.
defensive player of the year.
I
Because he's going into a situation with great pass rushers on the outside. He's going in Devin Kennard. Who else is over there?
Jones, I think.
Chandler Jones. He's going into a great situation where he can not sit back. DeAndre Campbell. He's going into a great situation. Jordan Hicks. Yeah. He's going in with great edge rushers that he can learn from, but still progress.
Yeah.
And
true.
so defensive player of the year long term, but Chase Young, rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year this year.
I think his case helps too because he can play everywhere.
Yeah.
I just think that coverage linebackers, especially in like awards, I think Isaiah Simmons might be the better player next year. But I think that even if he's the better player, I think Chase Young will get it unless he gets injured. Because if Chase Young gets 10, 11, 12 sacks, there's not a lot of things that coverage linebackers can put on their resume that can really like shift.
See, the only
lot of
thing
awards.
that Simmons could do to pull it in his case is if he gets like +5 interceptions, +5 sacks.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, because Simmons
Which-
Simmons like probably like the number one linebacker, only linebacker, probably one of the best cornerbacks. 'Cause he's a cornerback too and a edge rusher. He's all three positions.
He's like a slot. I feel like, but it's definitely gonna have to be the sacks and interceptions. So I feel like it's gonna be Chase Young, but definitely Simmons has a chance.
What offense?
And then for offensive wise,
I think offense is going to be
I'm
CeeDee
saying
Lamb.
Lamb. Yeah, I think Lamb's just the best talent in this, and he's with the stacked offense. Jeez, I mean,
Mhm.
but at this
Technically-
point, we don't know if Prescott isn't their quarterback.
Right now,
When
yeah.
you-
I mean,
Yeah.
Prescott's not even the worry. I'd say that offensive line might be the worry.
Well, yeah, but also you have to think about I don't think his number one target CeeDee Lamb. His number one target is
Yeah.
going to be Amari Cooper. So that's why I don't agree that it's going to be CeeDee Lamb.
But-
I think that it's going to be overhyped. It's going to be one of these quarterbacks up here towards the top.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
mean-
either
But I
gonna
feel
be.
like teams are gonna be more focused on Cooper.
Exactly,
Though,
and
that
then
Lamb's gonna go against like number 2.
Yeah, I
corners.
can understand that. I can
Exactly.
understand that. But
I feel like it's gonna be Mike Evans and Chris. You know, like so like one game Amari Cooper's gonna go off and Lamb's gonna go off like the next game, and then they're gonna have like one of the best air attacks and running attacks too. Honestly,
I'm gonna have to go honestly, Burrow or Herbert. I'm just really liking Herbert's situation that I feel like he'll be able to put up the numbers and decent offensive line. They're not amazing whatsoever, with defensive awesome offensive line that he does have the mobility to get outside. So either Herbert or Joe Burrow because he's hyped.
I mean it matters because like, I mean, is what's his face gonna stay? AJ Green.
he's franchise tag.
Yeah,
You
he's
don't even-
franchise
Oh, he
tag.
is?
Yeah, but is he gonna be healthy all year?
Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot of health
It's like he's a
problems
question
in the
mark right
past.
now.
Don't sleep on Tyler Boyd. He's a pretty good receiver too.
Yeah,
So
it's true,
Tyler
Tyler
Boyd,
Boyd.
I had him in fantasy last
he's-
year.
he's
He was
underrated.
amazing for me.
He
Tyler
is
Boyd
very
loved him.
underrated.
I'm gonna go with one. I'm gonna actually go with Henry Ruggs. And
Henry?
I don't like the quarterback situation in on the Raiders, but I feel like Derek Carr with Henry Ruggs might be good. I just think that because Ruggs has a lot of speed, saw that at the combine, but I think that he'll get a lot of yards, and I think that he's the number one receiver on the Raiders right now. Maybe Hunter Renfrow. I think Hunter Renfrow is more of a slot guy though,
Yeah,
so
also-
I think I'm Henry Ruggs.
I mean the
They got
Raiders receivers
Darren
right
Waller
now.
too.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
tight
they
end.
got
Yeah,
the Raiders
Waller.
receivers right now: Aguilar, Zay Jones, Hunter Renfrow, and Terrell Williams.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs has got to
I
be an
mean,
obvious number.
Terrell Williams
Those-
isn't that bad.
Oh yeah, Terrell Williams.
that's
He
a
was putting
pretty-
up like he had like straight touchdowns for like
I mean,
6-7 weeks last.
I'll be
year.
surprised if
So-
Derek Carr doesn't have a really good season. I mean, I'll be
He's
surprised.
poised to have.
Yeah.
Right now,
He's
I
poised to
think
have
that
a great season. So
I think the Raiders have. I think the Raiders are in a very similar situation that one of their players, Marcus Mariota, was in last season, and that if Derek Carr doesn't perform with the tools that they think, I think that he might get benched halfway through the season and in favor of Mariota.
and Marcus
know.
is gonna come out.
I
don't
Marcus
know.
is gonna leave.
I don't
Marcus
know.
is gonna lead into the championship
I don't know.
game.
I feel like Marcus could be like a wide receiver or like a running back.
I think Carr just needs to be more aggressive.
Yeah, Carr needs to play like the year. What year was it? 2016 when he basically almost took him to a Super Bowl with that amazing season he had.
Wasn't his rookie year?
Yeah,
think
No,
well,
I think it was like his
Second
sophomore
year, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then he got
he
injured.
had like an
He got injured
MVP
at the week 17.
season.
Yeah,
He
in
was
the-
just going off.
He got hurt in like the playoff game. I
And
think.
then Connor
Yeah.
Cook came in and
Yeah.
blew
that was a
game.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, another topic really here is there weren't any trades in the first 10 picks, and it was the first time since
I mean-
2015 that happened.
Because you could see all of that happening. I don't think any team really needs to be aggressive. I don't think any team really needs to trade into the top 10 because I don't think any teams in the top 10 were willing to give up their picks because they all wanted those players. I mean, maybe the Giants could have traded out because you could have got Andrew Thomas or an offensive tackle at like 10 through 13, but they probably couldn't find it.
And I
Chargers
feel-
won Tua, so they just stayed at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Chargers wanted Herbert. I feel like the Dolphins wanted Tua. I just feel like these teams wanted who they were getting or wanted who was going to be available. So they were like, why trade out and just
See, I also thought Jacksonville would trade like down after what
Jacksonville.
happened.
There was rumors earlier in the day that Jacksonville was going to trade to the Lions, that they were going to trade the 9th and 20th pick to the Lions for the 3rd. So I'm really interested who they were considering.
Were they thinking QB?
I think they had.
No, I think they were considering Okuda because they wanted that top corner.
Actually,
'Cause
thinking
they
about
don't have
yeah.
a corner.
they did draft a cornerback at number 9. I think they could have gotten a better. I think Akuda. If they wanted a shutdown corner, they could have traded and gotten Akuda.
Yeah, but
I think that's who
mean,
they wanted, but the
yeah, but
Lions wanted
yeah, but
Okuda more. So
for the amount they would have to trade to move up to 3, I don't think it would have been worth it. I think Henderson's going to be really good. He's going to be like a shutdown corner. He's really good in man-to-man coverage. I feel like, he's going to be a better. I mean, not better, but for the amount they would have to like trade to get up to 3 would have been probably a first,
Yeah.
second, and third, and some shit. So.
Yeah, and then in reality, there weren't any big blockbuster trades. You had Tampa Bay moving up 1 pick to get their tackle Tristan Wirfs, and then you really didn't have any. You had
The Vikings moving back.
the Patriots trading out. Did anything come out about what the Patriots were getting in return for that?
It was weird. Yeah, they got
They got like a 37 and like 71.
Yeah, I don't know what.
It's like a second and third.
That's an interesting trade. I don't know about that one because, I mean,
I think they're eyeing like Jalen Hurts or Jake
Yeah,
Fromm here. I
but-
don't.
Yeah.
Or they're sitting out until next year, hopefully, tanking the season for a top quarterback next year.
yeah, but you gave up the
they traded for the
23rd pick.
37th and 71.
You never know with Bill Belichick.
Your Chargers
Mhm.
won that, in my opinion. You got a first-round pick for a second and a third.
Kenneth Murray's a pretty good linebacker.
But watch
Yeah.
Bill Belichick turn that into like a all-pro quarterback somehow.
I mean, he's not falling asleep tonight, probably. My guy is doing research right
No,
now.
that man's staying up for 24. He's
Yeah.
staying up for 72 straight hours
Uh-huh,
during this
100%.
whole draft process.
I don't know. I think the Vikings had one of the better trades. I mean, I'm a Vikings fan, but I think the Vikings had one of the better trades coming out of here because I think what team moved up? I think it was
San Fran.
No, I think
Wait.
no, it wasn't
Yeah,
San Fran.
yeah.
It was San Fran
San-
traded up with the Vikings, but the Vikings got like a third and a fourth or something like that, somewhere around there, like 2/3 or 2/4 and 2/5 or like a fourth and a fifth. But I think when it moved up when they moved up to 23 or whatever, they only got a third and something else. I don't remember which trade I'm trying to think of exactly, but someone moved up and the Vikings got more picks than the other.
I think
team.
you're
forget
talking
which-
about the pick I was going to talk about next was the Packers one.
Yeah. I think the Packers moved up from what? What was it? They moved up
From
from
38.
30.
It would have been
30.
30. They
30.
moved
Yeah.
up from 30 to 26.
Yeah, so they moved up 4 slots and got like only 1 pick
Is
for
that the
moving up
pick you're
4
talking about?
slots.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Vikings moved back 6 slots and got okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe I just thought the Vikings had a good trade there to get Jeff Gladney. I mean, can't hate the guy. We had him slotted going way earlier than 31, so
What they get? 31 like 4th and 5th with them.
I think they got a 4th and a 5th, which could trade into Trent Williams, hopefully so. So we can hope there.
I think a trade that at first I didn't think was like I thought it was a stupid trade at first, and now I'm kind of starting to think that it's a better trade now was the Tampa Bay trade. Because at first I thought, well, I mean, I don't think that the 49ers are going to pick Wirfs, and I don't think they were, but I think that they were scared that the Dolphins were going to trade their pick to try to get to 13 to get Wirfs instead of Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Trade up.
So I feel like it was out of necessity.
I mean, Wirfs probably. He definitely wasn't the worst tackle in that first
we had
round.
we had him going second out of the tackles in the mock, but
I mean,
we don't know how that went.
I feel like our mock was like. Because NFL teams only look for the best players most of the time. They look for the people they see something special in them and they pick them. I don't know because I mean if you went based off raw talent, then our mock draft would have been a lot more accurate.
I feel like this draft was hard to predict because how it's virtual
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
year, so we didn't really
That's
know
why
what was going on.
That's why a lot of teams were scared to trade, I think.
Yeah, because like you don't know like you couldn't check on guys. They might have been like they might have an injury that no one knows about because you can't tell. It's like they probably met with guys like before and they just kept that pick.
So the next topic I think we should talk about is the fall of all the wide receivers. So we had wide receivers going from, I think the first wide receiver was starting to like
12.
Kyler Murray wanted CeeDee Lamb at 8, but the first one went at 12. So I just want your guys' take on why the wide receivers fell from 8, going up to like the upper highs of the picks to
The
down to
Cardinals
the
didn't really
4.
need a receiver though.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
DeAndre
after the DeAndre
Hopkins.
Hopkins trade, yeah, I don't think they.
Because
And
if
they
they,
got Christian
if
Kirk.
they would have got Lamb, he'd be with like Fitzgerald, Hopkins, and Kirk.
I mean, I'm gonna speak on behalf of the Jets here. As a Jets fan, I'd rather see a tackle being picked, so I was really happy with that pick. And there's,
Well, last podcast, not to create any controversy, you
I mean,
wanted
okay.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, because Mekhi Becton was being picked 10th. I mean, Becton's size is like no other too. He's like 6'7", 350, 360, like, and he can move too. So
So if Becton was 10, would you have wanted Wills or would you want a
I would
receiver?
run a Lamb. I would run a Lamb. Because I thought Will's being picked 4th. Like that, it threw off everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
off on those tackles.
Yeah.
Because
But I mean,
Like, my question is, who's Sam Darnold throwing to next year?
that would I can't.
Quincy and New.
I mean, they should go receiver second
All I'm
round.
saying is if
Yeah.
They need to pick
If
up
they
a
get T.
Denzel
Higgins,
Mims.
if they get Mims,
They got Mims, Higgins, or Michael Pittman.
yeah, if they
I
get
mean,
any of those 3, I'll take it. Any of those 3.
I mean, I'm a
At
Bills
this
fan, so
rate,
I don't want him to get anyone good, but
at this rate, he's gonna be thrown to injury-prone Quincy Enunwa.
Yeah.
Literally, bro, Quincy Enunwa could
he's
be
been
so
dead
good
for
if
like
he
2
stayed.
years.
I remember one year he had the last season he had 900 yards and he played like 11 games or 12 games.
He was good when they almost made the playoffs that year
Oh my, yep.
with Fitzpatrick. When they
I
had him, Brandon Marshall, and Eric Decker.
Well, Brandon
Eric
Marshall
Decker.
had 1,600 yards that season. 1,600.
I think the biggest surprise of all the wide receivers was that CD was picked last. And I think
And he went down to 17.
Yeah.
they went down to 17 first, and then he was picked. I thought Judy was going to be last because I heard that they found injury that he had some injuries from his time at Alabama. So
Yeah,
I think
because
that's the biggest surprise.
we had CD as our first receiver off the board.
Yeah,
Like
at 11.
we were committed on him.
Well, the Cowboys are of a teams only had one pick, the Cowboys got the biggest steal of the draft. I mean, they got him, even though he got picked last out of those 3 receivers. It was the best wide receiver in that first round.
I mean,
Time will
I'm-
tell.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
confused about this Jalen Rieger pickup still.
Yeah, the Eagles.
yeah.
I
I
thought
mean,
like
I don't get
100%
that.
they were going Jefferson.
Yeah. I thought
Everything I've seen, like I knew they were going to go wide receiver. That's a big need for them. I think we even talked about that in our podcast on Wednesday. But Rieger just came out of nowhere. Like I did not expect this at all. Like I mean, he has good intangibles, but
So is he like the
He's-
top receiver?
Right now,
He-
behind, I think he's the number 1 behind, and then it's, what's the guy, Arcia White?
I don't think he's the number
White?
1. I think he's the number 2 behind Jeffrey, unless they
But
trade Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, like
They
I don't even
wanna
think Jeffrey
try-
wants to be there.
Jeffrey
Yeah, but-
wants out, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, but like, how are you gonna comfortably draft some guy with your 21st pick that you know is not gonna be the number 1?
Well,
I
they
mean,
want him to
maybe
be the
they-
number
Well,
one.
I mean, in the
yeah, I think
future,
they want
drafts
him
are
to be.
about future,
Yeah.
about building your future. Not,
Yeah, I know.
I mean, yeah,
I'm just
you want
saying.
them to like be, amazing in the next season, in the upcoming season, but at the same time, you're looking towards the future and what you need. I mean, that's why the Packers drafted Jordan Love, is
I
because
mean,
they're looking towards
They
the
could.
future.
They might pick another receiver later on in the draft.
They
Something-
might go like.
I mean, in reality, I think I could see them going tight end because I feel like they need to kind of get a successor there for what's his face? I
Ertz.
can't think of it. Yeah.
Well, they got
Yeah,
Dallas
yeah.
Goedert.
I was about to
Dallas
say,
Goedert's
yeah,
pretty
You're
good.
right. They do.
So
I don't know
You're right there.
how old he is and if he is on his way out, but I think that they have a good enough tight ends to.
Yeah,
Still-
but right now the Eagles have JJ Okoye-Whiteside and then Alshon Jeffrey who wants out, and then Deshaun Jackson, which will get hurt week 1. So, I mean, in reality, he's going to be the second wide receiver.
Still, we're since on the receiver topic. I'm not that surprised that Ruggs was the first wide receiver picked. I knew it wasn't gonna be Jerry Jeudy. I'm not surprised that Ruggs was the first one picked. Even though it wasn't in our mock draft, I'm just not that surprised.
I feel like
speed-
Ruggs. I feel like he's hyped up.
No,
That speed is
He's
what's hyping
6'4",
him up.
right?
he caught a touchdown like No, no, he's not. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
it's-
6'4".
He's
Oh
like
no,
6'4",
okay, no, he's the
5'11".
5'11". Someone's
Yeah.
6'4". Who's the 6'4"? Is that T.
I
Higgins?
think Judy.
Yeah.
That's Higgins.
No, I think what's his name? I
Higgins
think
is
he's
6'4".
from
Higgins.
Oh,
Notre
Higgins
Dame?
is 6'4".
Okay.
Okay, no, yeah, no, it's Higgins. Yeah, I was talking about Higgins.
Okay.
I mean,
That 4.27
yeah,
30-yard
like,
dash.
I mean,
Yeah, but the thing is, do you have a quarterback like? I don't think Derek Carr can really sling it down the field.
I mean,
don't get me
you
wrong.
can even do like wide receiver screens and stuff.
Yeah, because he just that speed is gonna kill people.
I
Yeah.
mean,
You
'cause-
throw Darren Waller out there blocking for him with his
Yeah.
big self.
I mean, I think John Gruden's really gonna drop some really good plays that will get Henry Ruggs where they could
Spider
test,
2 wide banana.
and then
I guess NFL's got him listed as a year one quality starter.
I mean, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah,
good.
he
He
is.
is.
I wasn't doubting that. I was just saying I don't feel like he should have gone as high as he did. I feel like CD could have gone higher, but
There must have been
Again,
something about Lamb that made teams just not want him.
Well, no, because
I mean, I know Denver was committed on the
Yeah,
two Alabama receiver. They
Denver-
were going to get one of the two, whoever fall to them. But it was just between Ruggs and CD who was going to go first.
I mean, I think that the Broncos, every single mock draft I saw, Jerry Jeudy. I didn't see. I knew they were getting Jerry Jeudy. I was like 100% who they were getting there.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, Ruggs was picked before, but I thought Ruggs would have been better for them if he would have dropped there.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who do we
He would
pick
have
for
he would have
15?
fit their scheme more.
Who do we pick
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
15?
I think it was. Wait, did we pick Ruggs for 15 or
We
was it
picked. We put
Judy?
Ruggs 15.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
put Ruggs 15.
I mean, I didn't see Ruggs going to the Raiders, but
I mean, I think that receiving core with Judy and Sutton. I think that's gonna be really
Well,
good.
yeah, and Noah Font too. So they got a good,
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
tight
I
end.
mean,
Broncos definitely have a up and coming team.
Yeah,
I
they have
mean,
a really young offense.
I feel like it would have been better with Lamb in that offense,
It's just they got to deal with the Chiefs though in that division.
Yeah.
So
and you got to deal with
in a few years, maybe they can compete with them.
the Chargers too.
Yeah, the Chargers got a good.
I mean,
team, yeah.
that division. I mean, and the
Yeah,
Raiders
Keenan Allen.
also.
Getting a little old too, though. But
I mean, because Denver's pretty good now. They got decent receiving core with because they got Deshaun Hamilton down there that can run the outside, Cortland Sutton, and then I mean you throw Judy in that slot, that's kind of dead.
just I still don't know, but if Drew Lock would be good though. He only played like a couple games last year.
Yeah,
But those
he
couple games, I feel like he showed out really.
he was promising
Honestly,
though.
He's definitely promising because I read a couple of reports that they've talked about Cam Newton going there, but John Elway shuts it down because he likes Drew Lock too much.
So, like, is Cam Newton maybe a starting quarterback this year?
Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
don't know. Now that the Chargers picked up Herbert,
I think he might. I don't know. The Patriots might get desperate, but I think they still go Stidham.
No, I don't think Bill Belichick will
No,
ever be in the
Patriots
part
are
where
not
he's
gonna take
desperate.
him.
There's no way, and
See-
he wouldn't fit into the offense. Patriots are really
see
like
if the Patriots
slow.
got desperate, they would go Winston, Jameis Winston.
I mean, they're definitely
He
not going to
fits their
start.
style more.
They're definitely not going to start Stidham. I mean, I'm going with They'll get Fromm probably. I could see him getting Fromm.
I could see.
I
could see
Fromm
this.
fitting in
I
the
could see-
offense.
I could see Cam Newton waiting out to see if a starting quarterback gets injured and he'll just kind of come in for
Yeah,
the year.
just like
or
what
that.
team? What team?
That's the only way I see.
Maybe like Cam Newton go like the
What
Colts
team?
or something.
What team?
Oh, wait, no,
I
the Colts
forgot
got
what team.
Rivers, but-
Yeah.
But for
Did
one
that.
year,
They
Where
said the
does-
Jaguars too.
I could see
Yeah.
that because I think Gardner Minshew's mediocre at best.
He's a backup.
No, Gardner
He's a
Mania,
backup.
baby. Gardner Mania.
I honestly just see him sliding into a team which a quarterback gets injured early on in the season. He slides in, starts for the season. If they like him, they get rid of the old quarterback. If they don't like him or he's mediocre, they take him out.
Yeah, they
that's
sign
how I
him to a non what is a non-committed contract or whatever. Like they
Yeah.
don't have to commit the money to him or anything. And if,
Yep.
but the thing is, when you get Cam, you get his persona and you
Yeah.
get his interviews and you get his outspokenness and you're bringing in all that. So I
And
think
his
that's why
outfits,
teams are
too.
kind of backing up
Yeah.
on.
And
Yeah,
those interesting
Mhm.
outfits too.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about those.
Maybe the Bears might take a chance if Nick Foles doesn't work.
They
Yeah.
have Nick Foles, Mitchell Trubisky,
Yeah.
and Cam in that locker room. Jesus Christ, that would be something.
Trubisky's gone.
Big dick.
I think Trubisky's out if he doesn't play good.
I can't see him start on any NFL team right now.
The thing I wanted to say is, I mean, I knew the Miami Dolphins weren't gonna have a good first round because they just never pick good in the first round. I don't know why. I mean, it wasn't bad. Tua, it was obvious. They got their quarterback of the future.
See, I just think they didn't have to draft a corner there.
But yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, I want to talk about the offensive lineman pick. Like, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Austin Jackson.
I mean, he went a little too early there. I think though. He would have been there. You could have picked him with that other pick, and you could have picked a better corner. I think. Because
What
I mean,
tackle? Any other tackles go behind him?
What was his name? Isaiah
Thanks.
Wilson.
Yeah, the Titans.
But the thing about
we'll
Austin
get to
Jackson
the Tennessee
is
Titans next. I don't know about that pick, but we'll get.
yeah,
to
we
them
need to
next.
talk about them.
We got to them.
Yeah, okay. But the thing about Austin Jackson here, he had a great combine. He's faster. He's one of the I think he's like the second fastest tackle in the class right now. He has good intangibles, and I feel like he could be decent for them. It gives someone to protect Tua or Ryan Fitzpatrick, whoever's going to start the first game, probably Fitzpatrick at this point. But
Really?
I mean, I feel like it.
I
Yeah,
think it's
they're-
Fitzpatrick. I don't
they're
think they
gonna
should risk to starting the first game. Still, I mean,
Yeah,
I think he's
right off-
mostly recovered, but I wouldn't want to just throw him into the fire.
And definitely they're going to have him sit behind Fitzpatrick because Fitzpatrick is one of the smartest QBs in the league, like
Mhm.
literally.
Match,
So they'll have
baby.
him sit behind him and they'll have him sit behind him, learn a little bit, and then probably start him like game 5 or something like that.
All right, but here's my question: Minka Fitzpatrick or Austin Jackson?
Oh, Minka.
Minka.
But
Okay.
if you look at this, I'll say this. This was from Pittsburgh, so yeah, it would be
It's a
Minka
Minka
Fitzpatrick.
Minka.
But I mean, you look at it, they traded away Kenny Stills and Laramie Tunsil for 2 first-round picks. I think one of them's next year. But I don't know. You could say that Austin Jackson might be better than Laramie Tunsil.
That
Which
is true.
does look like a good trade in that.
Was the Texans pick the
aspect.
30th one?
It was the
Uh,
26th, but they
26th.
traded it to you.
Traded it down.
The
So,
one
so would you
pick.
rather have Kenny Stills and Lamar Tunsil right now, or let's say, would you rather have Kenny Stills or Noah?
And here it comes.
Okay, I'm gonna butcher this name.
Big Nobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Agni. Oh, Noah Ibino.
He's gonna watch this video and like report.
Yeah.
No,
like
what?
these
Yeah.
sons
Okay.
of bitches.
Let me take my chance at
You just see a community guideline strike.
Ogagi. Noah
I think
I've been Ogagi.
That sounds.
No, I
I've
think
been guy.
I've
Been-
been Ogagi.
No.
I
Noe.
think Ik bin Ogahi. Ik bin Ogahi.
Well, there's an N at the end.
And Obagi.
There's
I
an
don't
N at
know.
the
So
end.
it's knee. It's knee.
Don't
Well-
ask the Southern guy how to pronounce this guy's name.
Whoever you are, you're a first round pick, so we'll learn your name.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Whoever you are, you're making more than we ever will in our lifetime.
Yeah, we'll learn eventually.
So
I mean, if he was drafted by the Titans, I would get his jersey just because that's a cool jersey. No one
We
knows how
already
to
fit
say
the
it.
last name on the jersey.
But
Yeah.
back to your point, Brady, I feel like I would rather have Austin Jackson over Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills is a 3 receiver at best. He's not what he was when he came
How
in
did
the league.
Stills do in his first year with Houston?
I mean, he
Mm,
kind of took
I'll
over
pull
for
up his
Will
stats real
Fuller
fast.
because
Yeah, I was just
Will
about to say
Fuller was injury prone. I have him on my fancy team. I hate that guy. But
But Will Fuller had his game though. Like when he was in,
Mhm.
he went off.
Yeah, but
Had him in there.
Texans receiving core looks like a mess right now.
They went
I
from
mean,
like
Their
this is a
whole-
strong
their
receiving
whole
core
team
to
just-
Okay,
If they could have made that
these-
trade with both have Brandon Cooks and DeAndre Hopkins, they're a legitimate good team. But
Exactly.
they gave up DeAndre Hopkins for that. Nah.
This was his stat line last year. He played 13 games, 40 catches, 561 yards, 4 touchdowns.
It's Stills, right? I mean, yeah,
that's not that good.
I mean,
What was it?
That's-
The number
that's like-
2-3 receiver throughout the year.
That's about one touchdown every 3
I
games.
think he was the number 2, right?
He did better in Miami though.
he
Yeah,
was-
yeah, he was.
he did way.
I mean,
Miami, he was close to like 1,000 yards. I feel like.
Yeah. Okay. So his
Devontae
kind of
Parker is
peak
gonna be
years-
scary. Miami.
Oh, Devontae Parker is going to be something else. He was good. He ended up getting to 1,000, I believe.
He was
Yeah,
the top 10 receiver last year.
Yeah.
especially towards the
It's
end of
going
the
to be
year.
interesting. The end of the year is when he popped off, basically.
Wait, who's the Panthers quarterback? Oh, it's Teddy.
Teddy,
Two
yeah.
gloves.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Now that we're looking at the end of the first round here, there's this the Chiefs pick. I questioned it.
Yes, the running back.
When I heard Mr. Goodell say that name,
First running back pick.
it was Clyde Edwards. How do you say his full
Hilaire.
name here?
Hilaire.
Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. I mean, he had a decent. He's undersized.
I mean, I don't know.
He's
I don't know why
5'7".
teams. I don't know why
He's a
teams
good
are
pass
like.
catching.
I don't know why teams are like smoking shit.
Oh.
Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in this draft, and he's gonna fall to the Buffalo Bills, and then that's just gonna be like because he's gonna follow the Bills, or one of the 3 running backs are gonna follow the Bills, and then the Jets defense is gonna be killed next season, like they already have been.
I heard Taylor might fall to the Lions at pick 3 in the second round.
See, I
100%.
thought for sure Swift would go first.
Here's a report. Chiefs GM Brett Veach has said he compared Clyde Edwards-Hilaire to former Eagles running back Brian Westbrook. When he told Andy Reid that, Reid said Hilaire is even better. High praise. Reid had coached Westbrook in Philly. So, I don't know if you want to make any comparison there to who Brian Westbrook is, but that's why they picked Clyde Edwards-Hilaire at this pick here. I think they definitely could have went safety with Grant Delpit or, someone else to Tyrann Mathieu is their best safety. They could have used secondary help, but they went with the offense, which was already deadly, which didn't make sense to me.
I feel like running back was a need for them. And I feel like getting a running back was a good pick, but I feel like Hilaire was the bad pick. I feel like Swift would have fit that team better. He would have be able to swing out of the backfield, but I feel like best available would have been Taylor. So I don't feel like Hilaire was a good pick at all for them.
I just don't feel like Taylor I'm not sure if he.
I think they just wanted a pass catching running
Yeah,
back.
I think
I don't think the run game's their thing.
Yeah, I mean it's not. We're gonna see so many times where
Hilaire
Mahomes,
arguably could be the best pass catching
yeah, next to
rookie in this
Swift.
draft.
But
Yeah.
I feel like
5'7".
Taylor. I mean, I feel
But
like
he's
Taylor.
a big boy.
I just don't know if Taylor fits into any offenses. That's like
Taylor is our run first offense. He needs to go to a run
Exactly,
first.
and there's
Maybe
not
like
many,
the Rams or something.
Yeah.
maybe the
We
Rams.
don't have.
The Rams, I didn't even think about that. The Rams could probably trade up to get Taylor.
Because literally, if you don't feed the ball to Taylor like 30 to 35 times a game, he's not going to do good.
Because I feel like
Fun
if the
feeding the
Rams
ball.
had their first round pick here, they would have taken
Why don't
They
they
would've
have
taken
first
a
round
running
pick?
back.
Because Ramsey. Right?
The Jalen, yep. Which I think that the Jaguars actually did a good job of replacing him.
Yep.
Clausen, yeah, that's a great replacement. Someone that doesn't have an attitude. Yeah, Clausen, yeah. He
Chase.
doesn't have an attitude like Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, Chase. Well, I don't know why
The
someone said
Rams
Clausen.
don't
I
like
said
picking
Chase.
in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have they
yeah,
not
they
picked
messed
until
up.
like 2015? No, like 2017.
when they picked
The-
Goff.
Yeah, because they traded away all their picks for Goff, and then they traded for Ramsey, and they basically, they haven't picked for like the
I
past
don't, I don't
5
think they have a
years.
first round next year either.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
because
I think it's, but
Okay, I wanna bring something up. Who do you guys think is the best value pick in this entire draft?
in the
That
first round,
in the first round. Oh, not in this
CeeDee
entire
Lamb.
draft, but the first round. I think I'm about to go CeeDee Lamb.
I think CeeDee Lamb would have been best if he was picked 11 at the. I mean, obviously, if all the tackles weren't there, I think if he was picked at like any other spot, he would have been great either. I mean, too. I mean, like if he was picked 8, that would have been a good spot. I mean, I think CeeDee Lamb anywhere was picked.
best value,
I'm just surprised he fell.
I have to go with Simmons because he fell, or CD Lamb because he fell.
I mean,
Oh, you're going Simmons? Simmons
I
didn't
mean-
fall that much.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Did
Yeah.
Simmons? I feel like Simmons didn't fall because we knew all of that was gonna happen. Because, I mean,
Well,
there was really no reports of Simmons going to the Lions. I feel like there's no way he was going to the Lions. Giants,
but there was
maybe,
a lot of reports that people were going to trade up. for
I know,
Simmons.
yeah,
There's a lot of reports people were going to
Yeah,
trade
but
with
I
the
didn't
Giants
see
to get
anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah,
No
but-
one. I don't think anyone out of the top 5 besides even the top 7
Mhm.
besides the Giants were trading out.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't see
yeah.
anyone besides
Yeah,
them
like-
trading out.
okay,
I don't
like-
see why someone would have. They would. Those 6 teams weren't giving up their pick for someone else.
True, yeah.
What's the most overvalued pick? Like, what's the most like picked way too high? I mean, that's easy.
I think
Let's just
that's
scroll down
either
to the Raiders pick.
the Raiders pick, and I might
don't
have
know
to go
what
with
that is.
CJ Henderson. I might have to go with CJ Henderson. I think they could have traded back and still picked him with the. I think maybe the 49ers would have got him before, so maybe not. But I think that they could have
The
easily.
Falcons probably would have
gone
tried
back.
to take him. Though.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
definitely, I definitely think they could have traded with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They probably would have got scared that Wirfs would have been taken, so they probably would have traded up.
But yeah, I agree with Joe about Arnett. I feel like he was picked way too high.
Well, I mean,
I think he was.
I think the whole country agrees on that. I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
this trade was still a part of the Khalil Mack trade,
Also,
right?
also
yeah,
Jalen.
yeah.
so
Reagor.
far I'm with
Wait,
that
you're
trade.
telling me they traded Arnett and
They traded Khalil Mack for Damon Arnett,
they
And then-
traded
third-round quarterback that they got in the first round.
Wait, no, yeah, was Farrell? No, Farrell wasn't part of the.
No, wait, it was part of
No.
this draft, right?
it was.
For
No,
this
it was.
draft?
It was
it
one
was-
last
there was
year.
a
This
pick
one
They
last
had
year.
one last year.
Yeah,
Who
it
did
was
they
a
take
pick
last year?
last-
What's
Can like
the-
someone find what it was?
Yeah, I can look it up.
Because I need
Yeah.
to make fun of the. I need to make fun of.
Actually, I know. It's Josh Jacobs, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know
yeah.
what? You know what? That was actually.
That's not even that
That's okay.
bad.
That's okay.
So you
But-
can't even get mad about
But
that.
Arnett, like, come on.
I'm just saying. Right now, it might seem like that's a horrible trade. I mean, not a horrible trade, but a horrible pick. You never know. I think that yes, right now, looking at it from a college point of view, I don't think he was the best one. I think they probably could have drafted a lot, like three other cornerbacks that were better than him. But in the future, he might become somebody that, is a lockdown corner. You just never know.
But yeah,
I mean, I don't know that pick. It's sketchy because they could have easily picked hold on, I'm pulling up the best available corners here. Still,
I mean, Jalen Johnson.
yeah, Jalen Johnson definitely.
Or Fulton.
Trevin
Fulton.
Diggs.
there's
Yeah.
there's really
Yeah.
only a couple valuable names that fell to the second round. Like, I mean, a lot of edge rushers, in the second round. If you want an edge rusher, like I'll be okay if the Jets pick an edge rusher in the second round. I think there's a lot of edge rushers and some wide receivers left.
Or if you want a safety,
Second-
you can
second-
get. I feel like you can get a perennial safety here in the second round.
I mean, Grant Delpit's being picked first 10, first 5.
I mean, you got Grant Delpit, you got Antoine Winfield Jr., you got Xavier McKinney, you got 3 amazing.
It's a talented
Safeties right
second round.
Yeah.
Very
I think this is one of the best second rounds we've seen in a long
No,
time.
no. It was last year's second round was the best second round. That was the best
No, I
second
think
round.
this one's a lot better. I mean, you got Jalen Hurts, Michael Pittman, all those safeties you just listed. You got a lot, Chris Fulton. You got a lot of players that are good, 2 to 3 starters. That I think this is the best second round we've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
have to
I
agree
feel
with
like
that.
I'd rather have 2 second round picks over a top 15 first round pick.
I mean,
That's
you
what the
have.
I mean,
Patriots
it
did.
really depends
Literally,
on
I'd rather have
how
2
you're-
seconds.
if you're rebuilding. I don't know. I would if you're rebuilding, then yeah, 2 second round picks are good. But if you're in like the 49er situation, I think that replacing
yeah.
mostly traded.
Buckner
DeForest
for
Buckner
yeah,
for
for-
Javon Kinlaw, just
For
getting
just-
younger at that
yeah.
position. I think
Yeah.
they also got another pick from that, but I don't remember if they did.
But do you guys have any closing things you want to talk about the draft? Any like closing arguments, really?
What do you guys think? Okay, I know we asked just kind of like value, but who do you think was the best steal besides? I know you guys are gonna say like the
Lamb.
receivers.
And Lamb.
Lamb.
I besides Lamb, who do you think
I-
was the biggest
I think
steal?
I think
Chase
maybe,
on.
maybe
Chase on, yeah,
at
at 20.
I think that could be it. I think.
I mean, I think Jefferson just because Rieger went before him.
I think maybe Jordan Love at 26. I mean, I really think
We can't really tell that
think
for
that-
another few
yeah, we
years
can't
though.
really tell that for like 3 years. And I think that Jordan Love, I don't know, I think that if there was, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a very quarterback heavy draft, but I mean, there's 4 quarterbacks selected in the first round. I think that if Tua went back for another year, or if I think Herbert's a senior, but I think that Jordan Love would be picked in the top 10 if Herbert and Tua were not there. I think that he would have been picked high.
I think he's a
Oh,
Miami
yeah.
Dolphin if Tua
Yeah.
and them aren't. Yeah.
I personally think Jeff Gladney at 31.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
a
he
good
could have
one.
gone a lot sooner.
I think he could have gone at 18 instead of Arnett.
Yeah, I feel like he could have
A
gone
lot
a
of
lot
corners,
sooner.
Yeah, I mean,
So
not saying that much, but
he's my value pick. But
Yeah, wait, we got to talk about
but with the
Tennessee
Vikings
Titans.
track record, he could easily turn into a Xavier Rhodes.
I mean, last year's
Rhodes.
Xavier Rhodes wasn't pretty
Yeah.
though.
We got to talk about Isaiah Wilson. I don't know what that was.
do I have to talk about this?
Like,
Yes, Ben.
We're pretty
I
happy
would-
about Dennis. Like, look at his smile. How could you deny him?
It's
Okay.
that snort ad dude.
Snort that dude.
I just think with
I'm
as much
throwing up a picture of Snore for that one.
I mean,
We're doing a
just think that
side-by-side comparison.
with Zach Vaughn, AJ, what's his name?
Ebenezer.
Ebenezer, and then Matos Gross Matos. I think that you could have picked a good edge rusher. I think that they're going to more heavily pursue Clowney with Gerald Casey gone, so they don't really have a right end right now. And I mean, they did get Vic Beasley for a 1-year deal, and I think that was a very good deal. Okay.
No, but so Ben, I just wanted to point out that you were strongly saying how they were not going to take a tackle.
I mean,
how they
I
just
just-
paid Kelly.
You were
like,
praising Dennis
You
Kelly.
said Kelly is the future of our team. They would not draft a tackle.
He caught
He-
one TD
he's
pass.
gonna be
like
the
a crucial
future.
situation.
But I mean, he started the 4 games that Lawan was suspended and did a pretty good job. I mean, Marcus did get sacked a lot, but Marcus held the ball for an eternity in the pocket. So I don't think it's really that fault, because when Tannehill came along, they did do better in protecting him.
Yeah.
But I just think that, and even a cornerback, like they're going to lose. I think that Logan Ryan's gone, even though he's still a free agent. I do not think that he'll come back. But I mean, they could have picked a cornerback here. They could have picked an edge rusher. There, like I said, there's all. I mean, I thought that Zach Bond or Gratos, what was the name?
Gross Matos or whatever.
Gross Matos. Yeah, I thought they were going to be picked, before them. I think that they had a perfect situation to get a good edge rusher, and they didn't.
They got a lot of options in the second round.
They do.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe in the cornerback department, I think that they could get a really good second round corner.
They should trade up for a good second round corner. I think that's a.
I think since it's so stacked, I think they could trade up and get.
I mean, I
somebody.
think everything in the first round I mean, the last thing I feel like we should touch on is like the linebacker situation from like I think it's like 23 to 28, like how those went down. I mean, I don't know why the Seahawks didn't pick Queen. That's the only way you could have fixed that right there.
They must have saw something in Brooks.
I see
I don't
Kenneth Murray going 23. I think that was a good pick, but I just don't think Jordan Brooks. I don't really know a lot about him.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you look at Texas Tech; they don't play in a big conference. I think that seeing the level they play against is like one of my key things to seeing that if a college player is good. And Texas Tech isn't like the biggest school or playing the biggest people.
Well, I mean,
I think Patrick Queens.
I mean, you could say that about
Patrick Queen's good.
Louisville and Louisville. I mean, Mekhi Becton. I'm saying like he's drafted, but and like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, you can go into the same fact of back in 2013, Eric Fisher from Central Michigan was drafted first overall as a left tackle. Like, he plays in the MAC, not a big division whatsoever, but you can still find these gems from these smaller schools, I feel like. And I feel like that's what they did with.
I'm saying that more with Brooks is because he wasn't like one of those people that were like Queen that was saying that they were going to go first round, or like Jordan Love. I think that smaller like schools do get, a lot of people like TCU, Utah State. I think that they do get picked in the first round. I just don't think it's good because they picked a talent that they could have probably gotten in the second round if they traded up, and he's not from a big school.
I was praising my God.
What?
All right. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to close it out here now.
Yeah,
I think we touched up on a lot of stuff here. I think that there was a lot of surprising things in this draft. This was not a predictable draft whatsoever, as you see us did completely horrible.
Yeah, we are just gonna
and I actually think this is one of the more. I think without trades, the draft is really kind of boring. I mean, it's how it's it was meant to just draft players, your selection. But with trades, I think the draft is a lot more exciting. I'm looking forward to the trades afterwards in the later rounds because I think there's going to be a lot more trades going later on.
Yeah, and we'll do like a full draft recap. I think
something.
Yeah.
Something I found hilarious is that we were so in our group chat. We were so confident with our first couple of picks. Like, we were like, oh, okay, we got the first three right, and then we're like, that was predictable. Everyone knew that, and then we're like, oh, Thomas, and then we got like Tua, Herbert, and Derek Brown,
and then we're so good, and then
like,
Simmons downhill.
Who was supposed to go there? We thought
Wirfs, and Wirfs.
We're like, is Wirfs about to go here?
Like, now that I'm thinking about that,
the Cardinals trolled.
How could the Cardinals pass up on Wirfs? That's the thing I'm looking at.
I mean, I think they want someone to succeed Chandler Jones, Devin Kennard. They want a new upcoming guy.
They didn't address the issue that was Kyler Murray being like one of the first sacked quarterbacks in the NFL.
True.
He was like sacked the most or something, like tied with someone.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, and that's exactly what we touched on Wednesday. Is how
you don't
they needed someone to protect him.
DeAndre Hopkins doesn't solve your offensive line issue. DeAndre Hopkins solves your wide receiver issue. They got to come up in the second round and they got to take line here.
No, DeAndre Hopkins solved it kind of does solve their line issue. I mean, it gives someone downfield that Murray can just throw up to as soon as he's about to get hit.
I mean, yeah, that solves it, but it shouldn't have to get to that. They should be able to get bolster up the offensive line, and then Murray should have time on timeout.
Yeah, you're right.
I think 100% they go tackles second.
They
round.
have to, yeah.
Oh yeah, they have to.
I think that Urza Cleveland guy is a great pick.
So
they might take Josh Jones early.
I think for the next video, we should probably do a full draft recap.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of go through the different teams, give them kind of our grades for it, and just go off from there.
Let's not go too in depth. It'll be 4 hours long.
Yeah.
Go by each pick.
Yeah, we are gonna have our new schedule though, where we're gonna try to put out podcasts on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I mean, as long as there's news and still conversations we can have. We're gonna post on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at around noon Eastern time. So